My favorite story was a driver came in here, went to the secretary, and they said, "Why ain't you wearing your coat? It's snowing outside." He sat there and said, "I don't make enough." Well, Mr. Anderson sat there and seen him, went over there and grabbed a coat and gave it to him right there, and he was just joking. So you don't get that with any other company that I've ever worked for. Brian Colburn, I'm a 1T driver. I've been with ATS since '09. Whenever I first came to ATS, I drove for a lot of the big box carriers. Freight started going down, so I thought, well, I need a bigger company, so I went to another one. Well, the problem was the freight was down everywhere, and ATS, they did specialized stuff. So I knew I needed to specialize in my field, and that's exactly why I came over here, and I've done all sorts of loads since. The main difference is it's more family oriented. So most of the companies that I've drove for and everything else, where a lot of the drivers can just walk in there to the fleet managers, they can't do that. If I wanted to sit there and talk to one of the Andersons, I can just walk up to them. Old man Anderson, when he was here, I would hear stories about him. Whenever a driver would show up and start tarping a load, he would go out there and tarp a load. And I never met the gentleman, but the old timers would always tell stories about him doing that. And you see it from the way some of the workers are down here. Like Charlie, I've been here since he was in logs. And Charlie, on his days off, if he seen you at the pilot and you were struggling, he would stop and help you. If he seen you struggling out there trying to secure a load, he had his work gloves with him and everything. He jumped out there, didn't matter if his family was there or not. Sit there and try to help you. That's the Anderson values that I'm talking about. You're not going to get that somewhere else. I've had 3 fleet managers since I've been here. My first one was Kerry. Then I had John Strobel whenever I went to heavy haul. And now I have Jackie. All 3 of them, I had their cell phone numbers. If there's an issue out there on the road, we can't wait till Monday sometimes. And I've sit there and called Jackie, and she's been at breakfast with people and everything. And she took the time to sit there and say, let's work through this and let's get this done. The other companies, they would never give you their cell phone numbers. I mean, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon or whenever they went home, they went home. If something happened to me in the middle of the night, I guarantee you Jackie would sit there and be on the phone calling me. It makes my job less stressful because I can sit there and call them over anything to get it done. I know that they have my back and they're going to fight for me no matter what it is and everything. And it's not just the business side the fleet manager helps you with. If you sit there and called and your tone of voice changes because they can tell, because they have that relationship, that you're having a hard time at maybe it's home, or this or that. The fleet manager will say, "Brian, what's going on?" and everything. "Are you okay? Let's talk about something else. Let's get your mind off of that one little thing right there so that you can be safely going down the road and less stressed out." The less stressed out you are, the safer driver you are. I mean, like I said, the companies I've worked for, pick up, deliver, that's all they cared about. If you had a problem at the shipper or receiver, they might try to help there. They didn't care about your family. They didn't care about if, there's other issues or what can they do to keep you there. And these people actually do.